Well, hi. It's definitely been a minute since I picked up one of my assortment of glasses and said, "Hello, welcome back to your average bard." I uh, I got what we in the industry call distracted uh, recently with well, December as a month is often quite busy for everyone. You could never tell based on my color correction and how bright my light is. It is just about to go midnight here. I have my first uni lecture of this semester tomorrow. It will, yeah, be the final semester I take of my uni course. That's not something I'm having an existential crisis about at all. It's it's not, but I get to do some fun stuff with it soon. I my honors project is based on what I called the auditory origins of ocular occultism. So, as much as that sounds dumb, it's all about infrasound and like the frequencies that make you hear ghosts, and it's all just a big excuse to go ghost hunting and mark it off as something important. I'm on a music production degree. It really doesn't track. But yeah, other than that, I still plan on when I'm not as busy as I have been these past few days, weeks, technically months. Coming back to this, making more music for my birthday halfway through December. I got a Scarlett interface and all the audio plugins it came with was like part of the newsletter. I have just been, for lack of better words, dicking around with for the past few days. God, I've got ideas that need to just get out there, but having the time to sit down, record something, edit something, all thrown together is proving a little difficult at the minute. I have my own home D&D game that I DM. I've talked about it a little bit in the past few videos. They're hitting like the campaign turning point at this point. The only reason why it's taken me so long to sit down and record today is because I may, and I'll throw up a little image of the shipping receipt somewhere around here, I may have just bought some boats. I'll be honest, I did not have the best December, and so I spent most of it just painting D&D minis. So I have, I took an image of that as well to send to my campaign buddies. I'll throw that up here as well. I painted a lot and bought a lot of minis. It's not. I was someone who always was like theater of the mind. When I did this back in college, I had like the big whiteboard behind me that I drew like chess square boards on and corners. Like, yep, you move here, enemies are here, and it worked at the time. Whereas now it's like, what else do I have to piss away my student loan on? Going outside? Nah. Bits of plastic. So another reason why I'm chuckling there is because I have my giant compendium of D&D playlists on in the background, sort of get me hyped for recording videos again. And when I was playing a player character for once in one of my friend's campaigns, the theme that we had on when my character died, we knew we were going to die, it was always a big epic thing. When that happened, I had the song that's currently in my ears happen, and it's just very fun. I fucking love D&D, man. Like, I have like my entire desk is covered in like different like paints and like palettes. I'm not an artistic person yet. The amount of money I've spent on like paint palettes and oh good god, like that couch full of that wooden box is just filled to the brims with. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get it. Okay, so when I move this now, it's going to reveal that I have the keyboard set up, ready to actually make music today, and then I bought boats and was like, nah. But if I move wet palette I got for Christmas out of the way, there are like paints in this box. And like up until like I started doing this hobby, I started because of like the Yogscast. Oh, that's what the palette back in. The Yogscast High Roller stream I watched from day one. It was Lightfall originally, and it was during I think it might have been like the first Jingle Jam I watched as well. I'm gonna put this back and not walk across my room. But yeah, it aired when I've said my age before. I'm in third year of uni. I think I was 14 when it first started, and I watched it being like, okay, like these are people that I like, I watched their normal YouTube videos of, and I was like, oh, this D&D thing sounds kind of cool, I guess. And then watching that, and then like leaving high school after playing like that with games with the one other nerdy person who was willing to like sit down and play like over the internet, and we had different views about how it should be played. It was all just kind of all went downhill, and it was like, okay, I guess I generally thought that was it. Like D&D experience is just a couple of online games that just never really worked. And then it was during college when I found on a whim some people who just also wanted the same, of just, hey, we've heard about D&D, we'll play along. I was the only person who ever even tried playing it like in person before, not with just people that they've met over the internet, not to diminish that as a way of playing, obviously. And I was like, okay, so we're doing D&D, and I'm a DM, because that's stuck in forever DM role. I've got the hoodie of it and everything. But it was, yeah, okay, let's get this world built. And then ever since, it's this thing of like, I've expanded on it for every campaign that's been in it. I've been playing in the same D&D world now for 7. Yeah, about the basis of it started about 7 years ago. And then for my like a university honors project, for me to be, I wrote like the OST to that world with 2 of my classmates who just agreed to do it, because I went, yep, we're doing this now. But it all started from that one like little, just I Twitch stream I clicked on just one day and was like, yep, that's it. I like this hobby now. And I never really got into, because I saw myself emulating a lot of Mark Humes' stuff when I was watching High Rollers, and then DMing. I was like, oh, I'm like nicking names and like copying mannerisms, and I know that like nicking names is a bad thing, and like references to pop culture and stuff like that, but I was at that point really like in my own head of, I must make everything as original as possible. And so I'd sort of barred myself from watching Critical Role of a whole thing of like, I don't want to just copy Matthew Mercer, and then just, I don't want to be just a clone of that for my friends, in a sense of like, what they started getting to D&D and they started watching it, I knew they'd be able to tell. I was like, nope, I'm just going to not. And then once that group ended in my final year of college with some like people who weren't specifically as sort of geeky, nerdy, whatever the right word is, I was like, I've got to get my fix somewhere. There's only so many High Rollers videos I can watch in a day, because there just wasn't enough of them. Fine, I'll stop kicking myself, I'll watch Critical Role, and then oh god. I am up to date of Campaign 3. I've watched most of Campaign 2, a fair chunk of Campaign 1, watched the animated series. It's I love it, man. I love this. Like, people have turned playing this little game, started as a hobby for some people and then turned it into a career. I find just amazing, and hopefully that's what in some part this will be able to do. Will be like making other people's, if it ever gets big enough, D&D characters into songs and scoring them out. It's an excuse for me to try and get better at the music I produce as well. Because like, in all honesty, looking back at some of the ones I've done, as soon as I stop recording and like stop being angry at my screen capture, I'm my own fucking OBS in the corner, I'm just giving the middle finger out there, like crashing halfway through. That sort of made me not like producing music as much, because producing music that was then correlated with having to record it for this and having my Mac crash every time it tried to open more than 2 programs at once was never a particular vibe. But yeah, hopefully this year get back in the swing of it. It was when I got the feedback from submitting a video I did talking about all this to my uni, and they're like, yep, for your honors project, like a body of work, you're submitting 4 YouTube videos. I was like, oh, I want to do more than that. I'm not just doing it because only 3 of them got songs in. One of them's me going, "Hi, I'm Joe," and it was like, "Oh, right." Yes, I'm going to stop rambling on now because if it's not painfully obvious, my voice is going. Part of the whole ADHD lack of attention when trying to, think of now what music can I make. I need to record a video soon. I started recording myself singing for the first time in ages, which I don't do. I'm awful at it. I was like, yep, this is what I'm going to do for the next hour now, and wore my voice to pieces. I was like, well, I need a video to get myself into the groove of it. I've marked on my calendar that's always this in the corner of like, yep, I need to leave the house this many times a week, work out this many times a week, and record a video this many times a week. And so far, the one that says record once per week has 2 crosses next to it. I'm like, nope, I need to at least change that, and then everything can be ticked and be fine. And I get myself in the groove, and it'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to actually stop rambling now. Hopefully, we'll have some new videos recorded soon. my uni timetable coincides with my D&D timetable in a really awkward way, and it's like, okay, but hopefully recording some videos very soon. I realise the more I get like comfy and relaxed into talking, the more I'm shrinking behind my microphone. It's like, oh no, I'm up here actually. But yes, thank you for listening to me ramble for a little while. And hopefully should be back with some corny music very soon. I am just your average bard. I'll see you soon. Oh God, I did that.